Well, today's walk begins in Tideswell, a village that feels like a bit of a gateway. From here, the land drops away into deep limestone dales, old railway cuttings and hidden valleys which have been carved for like thousands of years. This route's about contrasts: open village streets, enclosed dales, engineered tunnels and the wild dale of Cressbrook. And along the way we'll face a couple of scenarios that could change the feel of the journey. Peaks check. I've personal feeling good. It's a nice day off. I'm looking forward to it. And the environment today, well, weather, I think that last little bit of blue sky over my shoulder, I think there's an approach in front. I think it's going to be soggy today. We shall see. Walking solo, kit's all good, and yeah, ready for this walk. As you leave Tideswell, the path begins to sink gently into Tideswell Dale. Limestone walls ride on either side and the soundscape shifts. The village fades, replaced by birdsong and the quiet trickle of water. This is the first moment you get that breath of adventure. The paths here are very good, very accessible, really flat and calm. But let's consider a scenario where you're leading a small group of ramblers through Tideswell Dale. The mobile signal here is a bit iffy and the dale walls rise steeply on both sides. Near the spring, one of the group twists an ankle. It doesn't look broken, but they can't put the full weight on it. So now you've got a leadership decision to make. Do you stay put, monitor their injury? Do you make a slow, supported return north back towards the accessible car park? Do you head further south? Further south there's Lytton Mill, and Lytton Mill there's a phone box there, so there should be a signal of some sort, and limp carefully down towards that. Or do you send a couple of confident walkers ahead and get some help from up here? There's a track that leads up to a youth hostel. Maybe there's some help that you could get up there. What do you consider could be the smart risk choice? Not the dramatic one, but perhaps a thoughtful one. And the real question is, had you already considered these options before the walk had begun? So something to consider then in the planning phase ahead of a walk. Get the map out, put it on the kitchen table, or if you've got your computer, put it on the screen, and just trace your finger along the route and just consider the what if stuff happens kind of like moment in your head. So it takes 2 minutes just to go right along here, option, 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 and you'll be amazed at the amount of options you've got. But just having that in your mind in terms of just going through that means that if something happens on the walk, you'll be amazed. It'll come back to you straight away. You'll think, ah, yeah, I made an option, and you've then got choices about how you can manage the situation. Hello. Okay. You can't not walk up these then, really, can you? Well, that's a bit of a blow. We've got to where the youth hostel is, and they've now got a big sign: private grounds, no right of way through. So I guess, and I can't just drop down the side here because there's crags at the bottom of it. So it's going to be a little bit of a route back again. Oh well. Don't take the detour up Bellamy's bank because you'll end up having to walk back down it, is the message. Landscape's going to change again in a minute. From the steep sided walls that we've just gone through, those valleys, we're now going to climb the other side out of the valley and up onto the Monsall Trail. Really popular place for cyclists and walkers. Reminder that the railway age once cut through these valleys. Oh, lovely little spot. The Monsall Trail is a straight, engineered contrast to the twisting dales, built for speed, efficiency, and it slices through the landscape with purpose. Walking it now, it's hard to imagine the noise and the movement that once filled this corridor. Hard to think in terms of the history of this area. And popping out of here you can see this deep limestone cut where the railway passed through, and the little bridge back there. But millions of years before then, we got here what was where the volcanic activity from some like lava outflow, and you can still see in there some of the kind of like stone deposits. These big boulders that are just stuck in there back from that time. Walking the trail, I mean, you've got a bit of a decision point here. You can take the path down to Lytton Mill down there and walk more alongside the river, or you can take the very easy walk, which is just continue along the Monsall Trail path. Some significant engineering, isn't there, in this, making this long tunnel, still with the soot black lined walls and ceiling, and echoey, but actually quite not freezing cold or anything, and not super damp either. The world changes again a little bit. The trail gives way to a quieter, more ancient kind of valley. Cressbrook Dale, one of Peak's dramatic kind of limestone valleys. What a beautiful spot for a bench. It seems a shame not to use it. Well, I'm not a particular fan of walking up roads, but that one gets us up from the mill really quite quickly. There's been no traffic on it, well, one motorbike. And this little switchback here indicates, for me, my feature on the map. And we're back onto the path just behind me. Got those mushrooms, and here we got wild garlic. Nice little break, and then we're going to drop down here, down to the valley bottom, and up Tansley Dale, which is that just there, turns left from where it just sort of like changes direction, the valley changes direction there, up there to Linton and then back. All over the clouds you can see there's the rain band coming along. It's not going to be long.